Dear students, and this is from second part, that is from Indian political system. This is the first chapter, challenges of nation building. This is more or less a large chapter, and that's why today I will discuss part 1 and tomorrow I will go for part 2. So this is about challenges of nation building. That means all of you are aware of the fact that India got independence in 15th August 1947, and India was partitioned in two nations. One is Pakistan and another one is India. So this particular partition is related with creation of various problems that India faced after the independence. Okay, and before getting independence also India were thinking about various problems they are going to solve in near future. So challenges on the eve of independence. When we are ready to get our independence, what our national leaders at that time were thinking about the problems of India. First one is accommodation and unity. That means how to establish unity in this diverse country. Though during the British period an artificial type of unity was established among the Indians because they were facing only one enemy, and that was the Britishers. So an artificial unity developed among the Indians through English education and all these things, but that was artificial. After getting independence, the country, which is a diverse country of various language, religion, caste, culture, ethnic group, etc., how to accommodate all of them, how to establish unity among that diverse group, that was the big issues before the leaders of the nations. Then establishment of democracy, because before getting independence and during the freedom movement, our freedom fighters or our leaders of the freedom movement, they actually promised before the people of India that when we will get independence, we will establish democratic system of government. That means people's government. Okay, so there is another, so it is also another problem. That means if we are interested to establish democracy, we will have to give universal adult franchise to the people, but all the peoples are not educated how they will going to use their right, whether they will able to use that right properly or not. Then number of elements were there like caste, community, etc. Number of political groups are there. So how they will behave, and if we are going to establish or we are going to establish parliamentary form of government, whether the voters will be able to choose proper representatives or not, and whether the representative can able to run the administration of the country properly or not by following the parliamentary democratic norms. These were the problems or issues before the freedom fighters or the leaders of the nations. Then development and well-being. Not only the establishment of democracy and establishment of unity is sufficient, it is also very much necessary to work for the betterment of the people, to give them a decent life, to raise their standard of living of the people, to remove poverty from the people, to give the people the minimum needs which are necessary to lead a life of a proper human being. So where from they will get the money, how they will use the money, where it is a new country, they will just got independence, so how they will manage everything, who will help them, all these things were there before their mind. So these are the challenges on the eve of independence. Before getting independence even they are thinking like that. And next one is our first prime minister was Jawaharlal Nehru, and Nehru's approach to nation building. So what was his approach to nation building? His approach was known as Nehruvian approach, and his approach is mainly that he was in 1927 he went to Soviet Russia, and he was very much attracted with the Soviet system, and that's why he was very much interested to follow the principle of socialism in our country, and along with socialism, another thing which is there in his heart or in his mind, that is secularism. So he was very much in favor of establishment of socialism and secularism in the country, and that's why he started following the system of mixed economy, planned economy. All these things are his uh, thought or principles. Then welfare economy. Then uh, he also regarded as one of the architect of non-aligned movement, and being the architect of non-aligned movement, he tried to establish the place of India in international scenario, etc. So these are mainly his principle, Nehruvian principles: socialism, secularism, welfareism, non-alignment, etc. So and that's why we have followed mixed economy. Then planning commission was there. Then for following the mixed economic system, private sector and public sectors were going together. All these things were there, but Nehruvian policy is also criticized from time to time, because he more or less blindly followed the steel frame bureaucratic system that was actually there during the British period, and he also followed that system. That means he also depend very much on bureaucratic system. Then central government, he made the central government much more powerful in comparison to the state government. Or state government, they have not get whatever autonomy they had needed. So and as far as its mixed economic principle is concerned, that one was also not successful in the long run, and that is why nowadays there is a clarion call for privatization, etc. And sometimes his theory, because of his principle of secularism, sometimes also people face some problem because of blindly following the principle of secularism. So nowadays the Nehruvian policies are also criticized from some quarter, which are responsible for some problems that India facing from day to day. Then next one is legacy of partition. What India was divided into two nations. One was India and another one was Pakistan. So there was, for example, there were what you can say that emotional level, all the people should be empathetic towards others, and they should regard each others as their brothers and sisters. Then there is material level also. Material level means all the people should be equal before the eyes of law, and all the people should have to get equal protection of law. And spiritual, at spiritual level, what happened, we should have to think everyone as our own brothers and sisters, and we should have to respect the diversity of the nation, and we should have to respect towards all the ethnic groups. So these are the legacy of partition. Partition took place, but from that we must have to learn some lesson. We should, so that India should not be bifurcated again. If we follow this principle, if we treat everyone equally, if law regarded everyone equal, if we always give justice to the downtrodden people, if we show respect to all each and every ethnic groups, then there is little chance for bifurcation of India in near future. Then problems confronted to partition. It was not a very easy matter to divide one nation into two nations, because nation consisted of people. What should happen to those people? That was the main problem. So number one is areas of Muslim majority were not clearly delineated. That means in Indian subcontinent there were no place where Muslims are actually majority. So that was very difficult, that which part we will give to go to Pakistan and which part will remain in India. That is a very big problem. Most of the areas are where the Hindus are majorities and Muslim majority areas are less in India, so that is a problem. Then opposition within Muslim areas, that means those who are Muslim people, some of them are not even interested to join with Pakistan. Here we can give the example of Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. He was from northwestern province, so he was not interested to join with Pakistan, though he himself was a Muslim. He was very much interested to join with India, but no one showed respect to his feeling, and ultimately his own area was included with Pakistan. Then bifurcation of certain provinces. The provinces of number of provinces of Bengal and Punjab, that were bifurcated, but there was no clear ratio of which area is Muslim dominated, which area was Hindu dominated, and so the people of those areas, they did not know even on 14th August where they will remain. They will remain with India or with Pakistan. So just think about their fate. They did not know. They are actually fighting for independence, but what they get after getting independence, they were treated as alien or foreigners in their own country. Then problem of minorities in both the countries. In Pakistan also number of Hindu people, they were remain there, and in India also number of Muslim peoples, they were remain there. So it is a problem of minorities, how the majority people will treat with them, whether they will get good gesture from the majority people, what type of facilities will be given by the government to them. So all these issues are related with partition. So these are the issues. So today I will, up to this I will keep my video up to here, and tomorrow I will discuss about challenges of refugee settlement, integrated of princely state, and language issue. Here I am telling you one thing, that when India got independence, there were near about 600 princely states which were not independent. They were under the control of British government, but they were running their administration separately. So when India got independence, the question arises, what will happen to those princely states, whether they will join with India or they will go for Pakistan or they will remain independent. So here also India government faced a very big problem, and at that time our Home Minister, first Home Minister, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, he played a very important role regarding the integration of India by bringing those things 600 states with Indian Union. And language issue is also there. For the first time, India was divided into linguistic state. On the basis of language, states were reorganized. So that is another issue. So I will discuss these things tomorrow. And challenges of refugee settlement, of course, number of people coming from either from Pakistan, and people are going from India to Pakistan. So both the countries were facing the problem of how to give settlement to those refugee people, where they will stay, how they will continue their life. So in my next video I will discuss about these things. So thank you today.